and welcome to this week's cruise chat. I am super excited. This is with Virgin Voyages, and I love meeting with Danielle. But not only that, this is our 100th episode. I am so
Yay.
excited. Yay! So excited to be here for our 100th episode. Thank you to all of our subscribers who's watched all of our other videos. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's amazing. I wouldn't be doing this without you. So today for our 100th, we have some really, really special things just for you guys. There is freebies. There is wonderful things that you can get, but you got to tune in and see. So I'm going to turn this over to you, Danielle, and let you take it away. And let's just do our 100th in style. Let's
Yay. So I'm so happy. I'm excited to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I love chatting with you, of course. So, and I'm excited about some of the specials we have. So really some great things. So I'm just going to start off and remind everyone what it means to set sail the Virgin Way. We are all about a fresh new approach to cruising.
Yes.
So first off, I find one of the biggest reasons people are drawn to us, why I was drawn to Virgin Voyages, is that we are exclusively adult.
Yes.
So you're not sailing with any crying kids. And of course, you know, we all love children, but we sometimes don't want a holiday with them.
Right.
So we are exclusively adult. You need to be 18 years old to sail.
Yes.
Second thing.
On that, one second.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thinking on that, I remember one of our cruises that we had quite a few years ago, not on Virgin, and it wasn't exclusively adult. And I think that they kind of set up the pool deck a little differently. I don't know if you've heard this story. So we're in the hot tub, we're relaxing, and these kids come by, fill up an ice cream cone and go in the hot tub, and it just melts everywhere. And every time they finish their cone and it's all there, they'd hop out and get more, and we're like, we are out of here. It's so, that did not happen on my Virgin cruise in July. Thank you. No kids. Okay.
That's a perfect example of why we would prefer to sometimes sail without those children, right? Which kind of leads me to the next point, the culinary experience on board. So because again, there's no children, you can have those kind of sophisticated types of experience on board. So the food. So another reason why we are getting great reviews. So we have 20 plus eateries. They're all part of the voyage fare. You do not have that upcharge. They're all included, but we've partnered with Michelin star chefs to really curate these amazing dining experiences. So food is really great on the ship. Then entertainment. So it's going to be very unique. You're not going to see the shows that we have on board, or we like to compare it to like kind of like a festival like experience. We've partnered with these amazing producers to really create this original content on board. So it's fun, it's unique. So that's something else that sets us apart. Design. So Virgin is obsessed with design. So it's gonna feel like you're on a boutique hotel out on the water, but blended with that kind of higher level of service that Virgin is well known for. And then something else that I love about Virgin Voyages, and kind of a pain point that I've experienced on other cruise lines, is that a lot of times when you're on a cruise, you get off, you're kind of experiencing that destination, and you realize, oh my gosh, I have to be back on the ship by like 4 p.m. And you have to rush back to the ship. Not on Virgin Voyages, because we offer late nights and overnights.
Wonderful.
So yes. And we're going to talk about itineraries today. A couple that I thought were unique and pretty cool. But you'll see a couple different overnights. So I love that. And then last but not least, wellness is a huge part of the ship. So you'll find a lot of spaces when you're sailing dedicated to wellness. So the cool thing is you can indulge, right? You can, we call it retox. You can, really indulge in the eating and drinking, and then detox as well. So you have those wellness options.
Yes.
So let me just remind everyone what's included in the voyage fare. I will say on the 20th of this month, we actually are releasing some specials. So I think that's, I'm not sure when we're going to, be in YouTube land, but just keep that in mind. pricing is incredible right now. I
Yes.
love it. It's a lot of entry level pricing because we are new to the market and we want you to get on board. We feel like once you get on board, you're going to want to come back. So pricing is just great. So what is included? So all of the food is included. Okay. So again, no upcharge for any of the specialty dining. Of course, we believe Wi-Fi is a basic human right. So your Wi-Fi is included. I always like to talk about the fact that even if you upgrade to the streaming Wi-Fi, it's really like very reasonably priced, $10 a day if you do the full voyage, whereas on some other brands, you may pay into the hundreds. Just saying.
Absolutely.
So your basic Wi-Fi is included. We do not like to nickel and dime, so all of your tips are included. So alcohol is not included, I will say that, but if you order a drink and they give you the price of the drink, usually probably hovering around $9, very reasonably priced drinks.
Right.
Your tip is included in that. So just keep that in mind. I talked about wellness being a big part of the ship. Wellness is included. So your group workouts are included. And then another thing that I like to talk about, because I don't like to be nickel and dime. So on some other brands, when you get on board, you find out you have to buy a water package or a soda package or this and that. Not on Virgin Voyages. All of your still sparkling water, non-pressed juices, sodas, teas, and drip coffees are all included. So I was going to ask while I was talking about group workouts, Kathleen was on board, right? You were on board.
I was,
Did you
yes.
do any workout classes?
I personally don't, but I went with my husband and I stayed up there and watched.
Oh, did
I
he
have
do
limited
it?
mobility. He did it, and it was just fabulous. He
Oh,
went to
awesome.
the 80s workout, and I've got to actually, if you guys look back at my YouTube channel, I've got some of that there. So funny, like the neon, the headbands, the leg warmers, like they were right into it. It was so amazing.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
loved it.
I'm glad he
Loved
did
it.
that. I don't normally do any of the classes,
Yeah.
but I will walk around the up top. We have a great unobstructed, we call it the
Absolutely.
runway.
Yes.
So
Oh, he loved that.
yes, it's
that was so
beautiful. You can
perfect.
take great photographs. It's
Yes.
so nice up there. And the cool thing about it is you can do the full circle. It's like a halo above the pool deck, and there's no like pool chairs or like people blocking. It's unobstructed, so it's really
Absolutely.
nice.
Yeah, that was, I'm telling you, he still talks about that. He said, more ships
I
need to do
love
that.
that. I'm
Yeah, he
so
said more
glad.
ships need to do that, because he goes, it's so frustrating unless you're out at like 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. You're constantly, excuse me, as you're running, trying to go around people, and those deck chairs are right in the walkway.
Right.
It grates on him. But he's
Yeah.
like, no, I can do my 12K, just spin it around and keep going. And
Well, I just have to tell a quick story while we're talking about it.
Yeah.
I was like so impressed with myself. I was doing like this couch to 5K, which is you walk, you run, you walk, you run, you walk, you run. So I was on board the ship, and I'm like, wow, my practice has really been paying off. We were sailing at the time. I'm like looking at my Apple Watch. I'm like, oh my God, because I'm tracking my steps. And I'm like, oh my God, I crushed 7 miles. Like, wow, this is really paying off. Not realizing that, the motion of the ship
is
like counting that. So anyway, that was like anyway, an interesting.
You were patting yourself on the back, and then
I'm like, wow,
on the head, right?
I'm really getting in shape. Like, and then turns out I did like 2.5 miles. Anyway, that's besides the point. So
amazing.
So let's just talk quickly. There's some fun itineraries that I wanted to highlight, but just generally where our ships are, what's going on. So we have Scarlet Lady. That's the ship that you were on, right? I was on 2 weeks ago. Scarlet Lady is going to be year round doing 4 and 5 night itineraries out of Miami to Mexico, the Dominican, Key West. So I was on the Key West sailing 2 weeks ago. And it was really fun. Then we have Valiant Lady. So Valiant Lady is actually on her way right now, crossing the Atlantic Ocean, because she's repositioning. She does her summer season over in the Mediterranean, and she's on her way to Miami. I mean, literally living my best life, because
Mhm.
I would love that if that's how I was living.
Yeah.
But she's gonna winter in Miami next to Scarlett, and she's gonna offer some 6 and 8 new Caribbean itineraries, introducing San Juan, St. Croix, and Roatan. Then we have our third ship. That's the ship that I'm going to highlight today because she has some unique itineraries. But Resilient Lady is joining us next May, so 2023. She's going to be doing 2 different 7-night Adriatic Sea and Greek island itineraries. And I will mention, I was in Dubrovnik on another brand,
Mhm.
and I remember thinking, wow, Croatia, Dubrovnik, this is amazing. There's so much to see, but I felt so rushed. But the cool thing is we stay, I think, in Dubrovnik, Croatia until 2 a.m. So
Oh,
really giving you that
you
opportunity
really
to
get to check
kind of,
out the nightlife then.
yes, and just
Amazing.
like have a leisurely dinner if that's what you're into. So
Mhm.
really cool. I when I was there, my husband found this really cool cave bar.
Mm.
So it was so fun. But I was so rushed. We were
Yes.
so rushed. I mean, anyway,
Can't enjoy it when you're constantly looking at your watch and saying, "I need to get
exactly.
back. Are we gonna make it?" Yeah.
Right. I
Mhm.
mean, when good times go bad, if the ship leaves without you, that is just, I can't even imagine.
Mhm.
So,
It's not much
so
fun.
anyway, we're going to talk a little bit in depth about our repositioning for Resilient Lady. So it's basically the opportunity. I think it's 44, 30, 40, yeah, 44 nights
Mhm.
total. The repositioning that she's going to do in the fall of next year to winter in Australia and do some awesome new itineraries. So we're offering winter of 23 to 24, the
Mhm.
coast of Australia, as well as New Zealand and Tasmania. Part of the world that I have never been to.
Mhm.
Being in the travel industry for as long as I have been, that's the area of the world I just haven't been to yet. So I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to that. And then Brilliant Lady, she's our fourth ship. She's joining us in the winter of 2023 out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, doing 2 different 7-night Southern Caribbean itineraries. So
Mhm.
get to visit Aruba, Curacao, blah, 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 a bunch of new destinations
Yeah.
out of the Caribbean.
And that's
So
what I love about repositioning cruises is you get those one-off itineraries. They only
totally
do them twice a year, and they
right.
are places that are just phenomenal to visit.
Right,
Love it.
right. Unique places.
Mhm.
And so these are some of my favorite itineraries. So Resilient Lady,
Mhm.
we will talk about. So
Ooh.
talked about fall repositioning. So we're going to start off, we're going to leave Athens and we are going to sail to Dubai.
Mhm.
So this is going to be, I think, a 15-night itinerary. That being said, couple overnights in some unique places.
Mm.
Another place that I always felt I was gonna visit, and I'm sure I'll get there, is Egypt.
Mhm.
So you get to go through the Suez Canal, which is really cool. I've been to the Panama Canal. I've not been to the Suez Canal. So you go through there, you have an overnight in Cairo, which is really cool. And you eventually make your way to Dubai. Been
Mhm.
there, very cool part of the
Yes.
world.
Very
And you
expensive,
get an
so it's
overnight.
wonderful to be on the ship. You don't
Yes,
have to
and you
pay
get
for
an
that
overnight
expensive
before you have
hotel.
to before you get kicked off.
Yay.
So very cool opportunity, right?
Mhm.
And so I will say these itineraries, they're over 180 days out. So we do offer 10% off if you pay in full when you book outside of 180 days.
Mhm.
So another like way to save some money if you want.
Absolutely.
So then from Dubai, we're going to go to Singapore, another 15-night sailing, and you're going to stop in India. You get
Mm.
an overnight in Mumbai, which is really cool. Well, it sounds like I haven't been anywhere, but these are the parts of the world that I haven't been.
Yeah, they're on
So
your
I want to go to India, Sri Lanka,
Mhm.
so cool. And then you get an overnight in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So really cool there. And then you check out of Singapore. Or if you want to stay on, you
Mhm.
can stay on and go from Singapore to Bali and end up in Australia.
Mm.
So this is our 14 night. This is going to be the last leg. But you're going to get an overnight in Bali, which is very, very cool. That's where all those, have you ever been there to
No,
Bali?
I've not
Neither.
been there either,
That's
no.
where all those huts are. So people always want to stay in those huts, but you'll get to see them, maybe not stay in one because you'll be on the ship. But then eventually you'll work your way over to Sydney, and then another opportunity. You know, once you get to Sydney, you don't have to rush off the ship. You have an overnight there. You can explore. There's no rush. And then you get off the ship at 11 a.m., which is another awesome thing. So I did that sailing, the Key West sailing. We were celebrating our friends. We were just talking about this, my friend's 50th, and it was such a relief to not have to wake up that last day at 8 in the morning and rush off the ship. So we had until 11 to get off.
Perfect. Yeah.
So let's just tell you a couple things about some really great pricing. Talked about that. On the 20th of this month, we're going to release a new awesome sale. And so with some of this, we have something called Bar Tab. Bar Tab, we do not include alcohol, as I mentioned, in the voyage fare. But what we have is an answer to the traditional drink package, which is Bar Tab. It's all about prepaying. So basically, you prepay in $300, and that's US dollar increments. And then we're going to give you an extra 100 for every 300 you prepay. So keep that in mind. And that's how we do our drinks. The cocktails are very good quality, which I love. They're not watered down. And say you're a beer drinker, beers are $5, $6 out the door. Remember, tips included. And then 42% of our wines by the glass are under $10. So very reasonable pricing. So you can kind of get an idea of whether you'll spend, say, $400 on your voyage or more, possibly, if you're on one of those longer types of voyages. I was talking about the fact that I love to eat and drink, so this is close to my heart, but we're doing a special. This is for November sailings only. Any November sailing that's booked, the cabin will get a free complimentary $300 bar tab on us, which I think is really cool. We're celebrating Eat and Drink Month. Yes, it's going to be so good. So everyone's going to get that. And so that's really exciting.
Very much so. My goodness.
And then the most exciting for our 100th episode today, if you book through Kathleen, this is, through our great partnership, and we're so excited about this 100th episode, we're going to give y'all some onboard credit. So if you book within the next 7 days, depending on which cabin category, if you're in an insider, we're going to give you 100. If you're in a balcony, we're going to give you an extra 200. And if you're in a suite, living the good life, we're going to give you 400 extra.
And I'm going to do something special here. So I'm going to add, because this is my 100th episode. So I'm going to give all of you guys an extra $100 per every additional cabin that you book, up to 6 cabins, guys. So if you end up booking yourself and 6 more of your friends, you are going to get $1,000 if you're staying in a suite.
That's
for free,
amazing.
complimentary, just from me and from Danielle, adding into that. So $1,000 plus the extra 300 for the eat and drink. If you do that, you're just going to be swimming in money, guys. It's amazing. I really want to thank everybody for all of our, the 100th episodes. And I think that's going to be a great way. What do you think? Should we do it?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And there are so many things you can do with the money on the ship. Like go get some great treatments in the spa. You can get a tattoo. I mean, there's about 1 million things you can do with that money. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to put a link right here down below. And if you want to book yourself, click on that link. It's an exclusive link and I will get the email right away. And if you're within those 7 days, I'm going to reach out to you when your friends book, and we're just going to link you all together, and we're going to make sure you get all that extra money too. So click that link. Absolutely. And book. Yes.
Okay, great. See everybody soon, hopefully on board.
I know, I can't wait. So thank you everybody for watching this week. I hope everybody has a great week, and make sure you book within 7 days. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this 100th episode of the Cruise Chat. I cannot thank you guys enough for all of your tuning in, for all of your subscribing, for all of your watching. It means the world to me that you do that. It's just phenomenal, and I cannot thank you enough. remember that special link that we're going to put in, it should be right here. We're going to do that, and you can click that link. You can do your own booking. If it's the middle of the night and you've found an itinerary you want and a cabin you want, and you're like, I've got to have that, and you just don't want to wait for me, go ahead and make the booking through that, by all means. You're still going to get the extra onboard credit. You're still going to get that up to $1,000 if you book in the suite and you bring 6 of your friends. I'm going to give you an extra $100, and Danielle is going to give you $400, so that's $1,000 plus the $300 eating and bar tab. So $1,300 to spend. Tell us in the comments below how you're going to spend that $1,300 when you're on board. I cannot wait to do that. I am so excited, and I thank you so much for watching. Make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already, and forgive my voice. I'm having some issues with my voice lately. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Tune into our Facebook page, Plenty of Sunshine Travel on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Plenty of Sunshine Travel. You know, I'm on YouTube. I also do the podcast, Cruising the Waves podcast, where I take these episodes and I put them so that you can listen to them on the go, and you can learn as you're driving or taking your run or your walk. So thank you so much for tuning in these past 100 episodes. I cannot thank you enough. It means the world to me. Thank you, guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week, or possibly on board Virgin Voyages if you're going to sail with me. Take care. Bye.